What do the following expressions have in common? Il y a une possibilité, il fait beau, il pleut, and il est 8 heures. They are all expressions that use the impersonal pronoun il as their subject. As a beginner, you learn to say these a lot, and well, there are actually a lot more of these expressions and verbs that take il, either exclusively or just for one of their meanings. And I've got 5 of these that I hear in everyday French that I want to tell you about today so that you can level up your language skills. And stick around until the end because there's a little quiz to test on your knowledge. Du coup, si vous êtes prêts, allez, c'est parti. The expressions on this list are suitable for intermediates and up because they don't follow a structure that we use in English. You have to learn to think differently, to think like en français. So let's dive right in. First up is il paraît que. Il paraît que with the verb paraître. Il paraît que. And I particularly like this one because even though without context you can translate paraître as to appear, il paraît que means I hear that or I've heard that. Par exemple, félicitations, il paraît que tu es en finale. Félicitations, il paraît que tu es en finale. Congratulations, I hear you're in the final. It can also be seen as apparently. Il paraît que sa mère a trompé son père. Il paraît que sa mère a trompé son père. Apparently, his mother cheated on his father. Il paraît que. Apparently, or I hear, or I've heard. Pretty cool because the verb paraître doesn't immediately trigger any thoughts of hearing or apparently. At least not for me. Until I just thought apparently, paraître. Il faut. Il faut is arguably the most commonly used one on this list, and if you start using it instead of je dois in particular, then you'll immediately sound more French. You'll see it translated online as it's necessary to, but how often do you say that in English? It's necessary to. Yeah, never. So think of it as have to or need to. The person who has to is specified in a second clause. For example, aïe, il est tard. Il faut que je rentre. Ah, il faut que tu termines tes devoirs, c'est ça? Oui, voilà, sauf que je ne les ai même pas commencés. So there we saw il faut que je rentre, and il faut que tu termines. Il faut que tu termines. I have to, or I need to, and you have to, you need to. Il reste. Now the verb rester, that you might recognize here, can mean to stay. And indeed, this is how we commonly use it when we're learning the language. Je reste à la maison ce soir. Je reste à la maison ce soir. Or, elle est restée avec moi tout le week-end. Elle est restée avec moi tout le week-end. But rester can also mean to remain. And with the impersonal pronoun il plus a quantity of something, we express that there is X quantity of something remaining or left, right? So, il reste 2 œufs. Il reste 2 œufs, il faut que j'en achète plus. Oui, il reste and il faut in the same example. Il reste 2 œufs, il faut que j'en achète plus. Il ne reste pas grand-chose au frigo. Il ne reste pas grand-chose au frigo. Il est temps de faire les courses. Mais ça peut attendre. So, il reste or il ne reste pas or il ne reste plus, etc. is to talk about how much or if anything is left of something. Il reste. Il reste. Il existe. Il existe is basically a synonym for il y a, which, as you know, we use all the time. There is, there are. So it's good to be able to add some variety with almost zero effort, right? Il y a de nombreuses façons d'apprendre une langue. Il y a de nombreuses façons d'apprendre une langue can just be said. Il existe de nombreuses façons d'apprendre une langue. Il existe de nombreuses façons d'apprendre une langue. Or, il y a de plus en plus de problèmes dans le monde. Il y a de plus en plus de problèmes dans le monde becomes il existe de plus en plus de problèmes dans le monde. Il existe de plus en plus de problèmes dans le monde. Il manque. The verb manquer can mean to miss or to lack. Franchement, it's pointless to try and explain il manque without an example, so here you go straight away. Tenez, merci bien. Il manque 20 centimes. Vous m'avez donné 19,30 €. Ah, Pardon. Tenez. Voilà. Parfait. Merci bien. So the closest in English I could say is there are 20 cents missing, or you're 20 cents short. Another example is il manque un pneu. Il manque un pneu. There is a tire missing. There is a tire missing. There's a tire lacking. Il manque de goût. Il manque de goût. It lacks flavour. It lacks flavour. So it's used to express when a certain thing is missing in order for something to be complete. I can hear some of you saying, Alex, why do we say tu me manques instead of je te manque? I've heard this before and it's weird, for I miss you. Well, I've got that covered in the video linked up here somewhere or down below in the description, all about the verb manquer, so check that out after this one. So I hope you've been paying attention because now, il est l'heure du quiz. It's quiz time. So tell me down in the comments below how you would say the following sentences in French. There are 2 bananas left. You need to buy some milk. Apparently, you speak French. Let me know your answers in the comments below and I'll come by and comment and correct if necessary. But voilà, il ne reste plus rien à dire, je crois. I hope these phrases help you level up and feel more accomplished in your French. Don't forget that practicing them right away will go a long way to making them stick. So do give me the answers to those sentences down in the comments below. Please do like the video if you enjoyed it. It really helps me reach more people. But until next time, tout le monde, merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. À la prochaine. Ciao, ciao.